Welcome back to the show, everybody. Bitcoin hit $61,000 last night and is still sitting above $60,000 this morning, while XRP is stuck at 44 cents. But we're going to focus on a very special member in this XRP space and crypto Twitter. And they are going to share a Rippl escrow theory with us, and it is pretty remarkable. Let's just roll this beautiful intro. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove and everything we're talking about here today. Here it is, 44 cents, 0.4479. We're currently ranging between 0.4437 and 0.4647. We will keep an eye on it. Again, that resistance line is very real at 47 cents. XRP has had a tough time remaining above that line. But as I say that, there are a lot of technical analysis guys out here, men and women, that are telling us, don't be surprised if this thing jumps very quickly when it does. The $10 to $13 is still on the table, they say. So the dollar plus is still on the table, and then that major move, and they're talking about that within the next couple months time frame. So don't let it discourage you. So here we go. All right, let's get into the news this morning from Michael Val 5 Shout out to you, my friend. Binance is reportedly under investigation by the U.S. regulatory authorities from the CFTC over the trading activities of the U.S. customers. Might want to tighten that up a little bit. And I would just sprinkle this in. We do expect to see Gary Gensler confirmed this week. That should happen. We still haven't heard about Dr. Brummer potentially being the head of the CFTC. We certainly wait to hear that. And just a side note, it does look like Michael S. Barr, formerly of Rippl, will not be the nominee for the OCC. We'll keep an eye on that. It could be Mrs. Baradaran, I think it is. And she has an excellent view of crypto, and she's absolutely all about instituting new financial payment rails and things of that nature. So if she were to get it, I think it's Marissa Baradaran, and if it is, she will absolutely do a great job there, I believe. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Whale alert. Yeah, that's right. I moved a little crypto last night. This was actually from a couple of days ago, but this is 785 million plus XRP moved. Wow. How about that? All while under a lawsuit. Here's something I wanted to sprinkle in before we get into the gentleman's Rippl escrow theory, which I think you're going to want to hear every single bit of. The XRP ledger, this is from XRP Patience, thank you. XRP ledger has processed 1.7 billion plus transactions, and it goes through with more than 2.5 million accounts. 61 million plus ledgers have been closed, right? And 146 million plus payments have been made with 0 errors and 0 hacks. That is remarkable stats right there, okay? That is Hall of Fame stats. 0 errors, 0 hacks. Big Skinny put this to me and sent me this post, and he says, notice the last two, 0 hacks, 0 errors. I said, sure, I see it. What do you got? He says, well, what's all this glitch stuff about when we see XRP at $9,000 or $12,000 and other numbers we've seen? What's all that about then? You know what I told him? That's a damn good question. I don't know, but I thought you should. So there we go. Now looking at this, Trustline is building a blockchain community bank on the XRP ledger. Well, that's nice. And I think that we see, where is this? I have it right. There's Trustline. And then I wanted to show you, was it this right here? Okay, so Trustline's building that on the XRP ledger. And And there was something else I wanted to show you there, and I can't remember what it was, but it'll come back to me, I'm sure. But anyway, let's skip to R3 News right now, which is exciting as well, because listen to what they're talking about here. I have said many times that the bond market, which is not my opinion, it's a fact, it is the backbone of any monetary system. Well, listen here. The focus was on how to unlock liquidity and with regulatory compliant digital securities by developing the ability to issue trade custody services and potentially settle digital bonds on a distributed ledger. Oh, it's coming. And you know what's interesting about this? They tell us it's coming faster than we think. Where is that at here? I believe it is right here. Oh, yeah. It says right here, as the panelists emphasized, doing things better is not about sweeping away traditional bonds and replacing them with new digital native assets, but about building bridges and pathways between the old world and the future, which is nearer than many people think. Don't say you weren't told, you know. And I imagine, honestly, just to go back on this, that Trustline is building blockchain community on the XRP ledger because they probably got these stacks about zero errors and zero hacks, right? So, and if I remember the other thing, I'll tell you. But here's one thing we do need to know, too. Briefing schedule for motion to dismiss is agreed upon, and it looks like that will start here. The parties respectfully propose that the individual defendants' opening briefs be due by April 12, 2021. The SEC's brief in opposition is due May 14, 2021, and the individual defendants' reply briefs due by January 4, 2021. So there's what we have right now on the case, which is an absolute mess. So I think it comes down to this. KG SBQR Media, shout out to you, Cody, the guy that did my first ever intro for the show. And by the way, when the show used to be called Investment Perspectives, he was the one that gave it the name of the show. And I'll never forget it. And I really, I loved it. And then I ended up just rebranding sometime later because I changed from a live show format to pre-recorded videos, which has just worked out to give me a little bit more of my life back, which is pretty amazing. And I changed to Digital Perspectives, but I really thank him a lot. He has great insight, and he says here the official chosen CBDC system will be global, permissioned, closed, and controlled. Likely interoperable with open permissionless ledgers via the ILP. Enforcement incentive will drive its adoption, or there will be a two-sided coexistence. The FX bridge asset is key. There's one standard, and it's XRP. Absolutely, Cody. Well said. And that takes us to this. This is XRP Attorney, who's absolutely laying it down here. And I tell you something, you guys know how I feel. I've done a ton of shows on what's up with the escrow, and will Rippl be able to remain the steward of the escrow? And we're going to celebrate Seal_JD Law right here, and XRP Attorney. That's who he is, and he is a smart guy. And I just want to share these thoughts with you about his theory about Rippl's escrow, and I think he makes some fantastic points in this. It won't take long. Let's run it down really quickly here. It says, my theory, or his theory, is that it's all about Ripple's escrow. I completely concur, my friend. If Congress declares that regulation or regulating digital assets is a matter of national security, the federal government could invoke its eminent domain power to expropriate, I can't speak this morning, to expropriate private property for public use. Now, just side note, I used to be a appraiser many years ago. I have actually seen eminent domain happen to people's property in order to put highway through where their land was. And they just took it. That's right. That can happen. While this power has historically been used to expropriate mainly land, as he gives an example here, any private property can be expropriated within the limits of the Fifth Amendment takings clause, so long as the original owner is provided with just compensation based on fair market value. I like where he's going here. Expropriation powers have been invoked to expropriate stocks, leases, and investments that protect contract rights, patents, copyrights, and intellectual property. So technically, the government could invoke EP to seize Facebook and turn it into a public utility to protect citizens' privacy and data rights. XRP Attorney, you are on fire right now. Yeah. So, when regulating digital assets, especially a token as publicly demonized as XRP has been, all that would be required for proper government justification would be to file a very public yet frivolous lawsuit which harms or scares the property owners. But that doesn't harm the property itself. While the drama of this lawsuit placates the masses, Congress could essentially pass legislation granting regulatory clarity to the industry and invoke EP to expropriate Ripple's escrow in the name of national security. This may be why the suit specifically avoids asking the court to determine if XRP is a security. This puzzled me. Maybe the suit was not designed to define XRP, but designed to serve as a catalyst to allow it to be expropriated from its original owners. Ooh, man, do I like this guy's thoughts here. Maybe the suit is just a delay tactic to run interference during a change in administration, and the plan is for Congress and the SEC to work in concert to legislate XRP's designation. I don't know, but Gensler seems abundantly knowledgeable in crypto to be the liaison to make this happen. This may also be the reason why the suit specifically avoids alleging any fraud by BG or Chris Larson. This puzzled me also. Perhaps it's because fraud charges could lead to a determination of criminality or even prison, which would harm the very property the government is trying to expropriate. Exactly. Thus rendering it tainted and undervalued or even undesirable for global adoption by other central banks. So, why has XRP's price been suppressed all these years? Well, we should really be asking who would ultimately benefit from a suppressed price XRP if the master game plan was to expropriate it and to pay just compensation the original owners. Anyone know what's the fair market value of 55 billion XRP? So, if this theory is at all accurate, XRP will not only survive the suit, but is destined to flourish by a pre-planned design. However, that may come as a cost, Ripple's escrow being expropriated and used to pad the Fed for maybe the next 200 years. I have no idea how all of that would play out. I tell you, he says here, don't hate. This is only his version, Pelican Brief version, like theory here. I don't have the answer, so please keep your shorts on. Just recognize that nothing as financially significant as this would ever be left to chance, a judge, or happen by coincidence without the right plan, government actors. And that is absolutely well said. XRP Attorney, man, you just put it over the fence. It is really based on, he says here, and I just want to go on here, just smoke and mirrors act to hide the ulterior motives of actors controlling things behind the scenes to ensure the U.S. dollar doesn't lose its status as the world reserve currency or the U.S. doesn't lose control over global finance. Boom. I got to say, XRP Attorney, this is straight fire, and you know me where I stand. The Ripple escrow has been in question for me for a long time. If they would be able to remain the steward of this escrow, I've talked about on the channel, possibly the Treasury being the steward of the escrow at some point, or even possibly them creating a central bank or international bank, central bank, to where they would have a G7, G20 like consortium panel that would be able to sit there and make collective decisions globally for all the players that are actually going to be able to control it with their volume on the network. So who knows where this goes, but I tell you what, this is just great insight here and great speculation, and I think all of us should have a chance to listen to it and kind of let it roll around, and throw your comments in the stream, or throw your comments underneath the video on this. I will be excited to see what everyone has to say about this. And again, a big thank you to XRP Attorney for sharing his insights. It's not always easy to share your insights on social media or anywhere else without feeling like you're going to be attacked. But you know what? Shout out to you, my friend. I think this is good food for thought. That's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Make sure you share with somebody you know and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I Trust Capital is the best gold, crypto, silver IRA on the planet. There's a link in the description, and there's many other products and services that I use each and every day. Don't forget, March Madness is still in effect for Unstoppable Domains. There's a link for that too, and there is more categories being rolled out before this month is over. Head on a swivel. I'll catch you on the next one.